Hello, everyone. My name is Daniel Goad, writer and director of the upcoming horror film Parallels. Today, I would like to do a little bit of show and tell. I'm currently surrounded by a lot of gadgets, props, different doodads, and I'd like to walk you through them and basically describe how I want to thank each and every one of you. Without your support, the community, and the film family that we have, our Indiegogo would never have went anywhere. And thanks to you, we are able to make this movie. Now, when we launched our Indiegogo on January 31st of 2020, we didn't know how the year would end up. I mean, we had no idea that a pandemic would basically isolate everyone, shut everything down, and personally affect what we were doing. After 6 days, we hit in-demand status, and from then on, we just kept the Indiegogo open. Because of the delay in filming and honestly the nature of how everything was, we just let it ride. And it worked to our benefit because every month we kept getting more donations and more contributions. And without the generosity of the people that we have around this film, again, we would not be where we are. So thank you to each and every one of you. A few disclaimers of what I would like to give out, and FYIs, and just so you know. This isn't everything. By no means. This is just what I have basically around me that I wanted to show off. There's a number of things in Indiana for Rad Entertainment's possession. There's a lot of stuff that is in Dennis's possession, which is special effects. We have Nick Barr, who is going to be our audio, has other things that will utilize our equipment as well, but there's just obviously more than what I can show you currently. Secondly, I'm not an expert. If you know how to do something better, if you have a comment, you want to roast me, you have a better idea of how to do something, comment, tell me. I mean, we can only learn from each other, so no ill will. If you don't like my recorder or my tape selection, tell me. We can talk about it. Lastly, before I get into the items, I'm not doing a list of URLs and where to get these items. I'm sorry. I love when videos do that, but I'm not going to list like 500 things and where to get them. I will tell you almost everything that I got is through Amazon, Home Depot, Lowe's, Dollar Store, Walmart, hand-me-downs, secondhand stores. You just find stuff. But a lot of this stuff is from Amazon. I'll give you names of things and maybe prices, but when we initially wanted to do this kind of video, once we got some items, the 100% thing was to be transparent. So yeah, so let's do some show and tell. So I guess the first thing to start with, I don't really know like where to begin, is I guess the cameras. So camera A is a Nikon D610. It is primarily one of our photography cameras, and we have used it for video in the past. It's not one of the ones that's going to be a main camera for Parallels. We're leaving that to Tony and his Blackmagic 4K Pocket Cinema, with some other ones that we're going to have. This one's mainly going to be for B-roll. It is sitting on top of a newer tripod, which is a really cool rod design. I'm not going to showcase a tripod because if you've seen one, you've seen them all. Basically, there's like 3 tiers. There's holy shit, that's expensive. The mid-tier design, which is basically what I have, and then you have the tripods that are like $15. This one was around 120, I would think, but it's very pretty and definitely can take the weight of most cameras. Camera B. This is a Sony A5000, sitting on top of basically a $12 tripod. Both of these cameras will be used as secondary, third, fourth, tertiary, whatever word you want to use, cameras on set. Basically, we're just bringing what we have, and if we need extra stuff, we got them. Above me. So the microphone that I have is an Audio-Technica shotgun. I will go over details later, as I have the stuff in here for it. Connected to it is a 15-foot XLR cable. I got a 2-pack of those from cablematters.com. Just really good. Connected to that is a makeshift boom pole. It's actually a Home Depot painter's pole, and I love this thing. Like, number one, if you're an indie filmmaker, you don't need a $300 boom pole. It's cool to have if you got it. Kudos if you have one in your garage or your truck or underneath your bed, whatever. I don't. We have a much better one from Newer that Rad Entertainment has that we're going to use for filming, which is, it's immaculate. It's really pretty. But this one is mine, and I love it because on a set that we did a few years ago, we needed a replacement boom pole, and that was the idea that I had. And it's got locking mechanisms for it. It can go really long. Made out of aluminum. It's got like wood polymer for the handle, and then to hold the microphone is a paintbrush holder that works really well. If it works, it's not dumb. If it works, it's not dumb. Connected to it is a C-stand, and then obviously some sandbags for safety. Number one, C-stand. Most stuff that you're going to put on it is heavy, and people are going to walk underneath them. You need to make sure that you don't get a cheapo C-stand that is got a 70-pound light on it and a flag and some other things, and it's outside and a wind gust comes along and then people die. Or it's something maybe less extreme. But it's important that if you have something that people are going to be walking under, just please don't cheap out and not think about safety. That's about it. The other thing was media storage, which we'll get into later, but it's basically just don't cheap out on things that are important. Don't get a brand that you don't know anything about. It's got like 2 reviews. It's from a country you've never heard of. Just make sure that you're getting things that have, I don't want to say brand recognition necessarily, but you just want to have stuff that you trust. So usually you don't want to skimp out on those 2 things. So connected to the C-stand are some really nice little doodads. So the biggest thing, I'll try and be careful, that way I don't ruin the recording, because that's what that's going through. This is a Tascam DR60 Mark II. I really enjoy this recorder, and I'll tell you why. There's a few reasons. Number one, it's small, it's lightweight, don't really have to worry about anything. I'll tell you right now, I'm not very skilled or knowledgeable with higher end equipment that goes into making a film. I have no problem in saying that. The tiers that are above most normal pocket field recorders is just way over my head. I didn't want to spend $500 to $600 in a recorder when this one works just fine. I like Tascam. I've used a DR40 and a DR100 before. Love the 100s. They're tanks. They last forever. Love the features that's on them. But honestly, I wish I could have found one that wasn't on a sketchy website and was less than $500. But the DR60 Mark II has some really good features that I got for a reason. So, number one, it's got 4 inputs. So if you do have 4 devices that you wanted to record at the same time, absolutely can. Perfect. You can manage all of them independently. Second thing are the dials. I hate recorders that have buttons. Most of the time, in my experience, if you have buttons, that input, that feedback goes through, and you can hear that through the microphone. And that's not good. When you have to adjust on the fly and someone is not speaking the same volume that they were in rehearsal or blocking, and you have to crank up that gain, it's definitely a benefit if you have a ramp rolled slider or a wheel, and you can just go up. If you have buttons, that will probably be audible on the recording. The other really good benefit of this recorder that I have is a dual recording feature. Now, some of these recorders have this already, but if you don't know what it is, it's basically a backup. It's a safety net. When you're recording, a clone of that recording, a secondary recording, is being saved onto your SD card. And you can edit the decibel level to be lower. That way, if someone peaks and screams and blows out your audio, or maybe you're too close, maybe, you know, a claustrophobic set, you just didn't prepare, didn't have time to actually have someone run through the lines, that secondary recording will be lower, and that might actually be a savable file that doesn't sound like shit. Connected to the recorder is probably one of my favorite purchases. I'll be careful with this thing, and I'll show you. So this is a power bank, and you'll probably, oh, it's just a power bank. Who gives a shit? This is an Anker power bank that's 26,800 milliampere per hour, which means it lasts forever. Forever. I did about 3 days worth of research for... Why did you stop? That one stopped. Did you stop? No, you didn't stop. Camera B seems like it's going to stop. Anyway, I did about 3 days worth of research to see per dollar what was the better power bank. Reviews versus reputation. Brand and reliability. How long they last. How reliable are they. How durable they are. Yada, yada, yada. So I decided on Anker. Anker is a company that has quite a lot of really neat gadgets. And I have another Anker thing that I'll show you in a minute. But basically, I ordered that, and I tested it out when I first got it, and I was amazed by the results. I wanted to prepare and pretend to put everything that I basically have, when I get it, through the gauntlet, I guess, because I hate trusting things without experimentation and actually doing what you're supposed to. So when I got this, I hooked it up to the Tascam, and I ran it through about 9 to 10 hours worth of constant use. So I changed out microphones, I changed XLR cables, I put different SD cards in, I powered down the recorder, powered it back up. I recorded it for long and short files. I paused it, and I left it on all day long. The backlight was on for 9 to 10 hours. And I kid you not, this battery bank, it doesn't have a percentage display like some LCD screens or LED screens have, but it's got dots that go in a 360 circle that kind of show you, you know, the depletion. And it was like 70% after 10 hours of constant use. And the DR60s are notorious for eating batteries. And I was like, this is a win. Honestly, I may get another one. It's about $50 to $60. So absolute gold if you can get one. Nos, if you're watching, give me money. I drink about 4 of these every day. Please sponsor me. Next up, headphones. Headphones. You may think that it's simple, and it's not important. Headphones. Now, I'm not going to throw any shade or be naggy, but Skull Candy and Beats should not be on set for a sound mixer or an editor. They're shit. I mean, Skull Candy is okay. I listen to music with them. I hate Beats. You don't need that much bass. But you need good monitor headphones. The only ones that I recommend. I mean, there's other brands. There's so many other brands. Sennheiser is amazing. They're just expensive. I use the Sony MDR V6s. I have one pair that was a hand-me-down that I use for field recording. I like using them for gaming as well. They're amazing. Watching movies. They're awesome. If you've never listened to anything through Sony MDR headphones, please do it. I have a secondary set that's brand new that are studios that I'm going to be using for editing. But I got these before a few years ago, actually. The cool thing with the Sonys is a lot of places have replacement ear cups and headbands, so they last forever, but honestly, you could get replacements if you have a lot of wear and tear on them. I guess since we went kind of like in a line, I can just keep going with what we have. Okay, so batteries. This depletes batteries. You need rechargeable batteries. This is a Tenergy 12-bay rechargeable AA battery kit or stand, hub, whatever you want to use. I don't remember how much this cost, but it literally was not a lot. It's like $30. And it came with the Tenergy premium batteries. These last actually quite a long time. The 60 Mark II will eat Duracell batteries in minutes. Legitimately. I did a short film last year with Duracell store-bought, black and copper batteries. They lasted for like 12 minutes. Brand new, out of the package. These, though, last for a couple hours. So always have something as a backup. Safety third. Make sure that you got safety nets in place. So with the Anchor battery bank, I also got another Anchor thing, which is a dongle, I guess is the correct word for it. This is a media hub, which has got 3 USB 3.0 connectors, as well as a SD card reader. And it's connected by USB-C. So basically, the number one thing this is going to be used for is dumping footage. Why did you turn off? Camera B is being ridiculous. Come here. What are you doing? Record, you bitch. Stupid. Do I have to do this again? Camera B. Ridiculous. So, what the hell was I talking about? Dumping footage. So, obviously, we don't have a DIT for an indie film. So basically, Tony and I will be doing most of the data transferring. But we needed something that was a external SD card reader. I know that most computers, laptops have SD card readers, but the ones that are built in, they don't last very long. They're cheap. That way they can be put into your machine and they don't cost an arm and a leg. but we wanted a USB-C really fast connection. I wanted a separate SD card reader for our audio, and then obviously USB 3.0 for all of our hard drives. This was probably $30 or $40. I can't remember. It has a cute little case that comes with it, but honestly, with as much as you'd be using it, the case doesn't really do anything. Honestly, I'll keep that over here. This RGB light was about $50, and it is amazing. It's just woo! So, there's a few of these that you can get online. This is a Pixel, that's the brand, and it is a G1S RGB video light. Now, this is powered by USB-C, and what I love about this is the settings and the battery life. The battery life for this thing lasts hours, and it holds a lot of stuff. If you don't use it for a while, the battery depletes itself just by sitting. This legitimately was just sitting inside of its box for like months, and we needed it for a photo shoot, and it was still at full battery. So it was awesome. The cool thing with this is, you see the flicker? It's got effects settings. So this is like fire, campfire. You have CCT, which is very, very bright, and everything has settings. So I can bring that all the way down to maybe 2500 Kelvin, where it's a lower, and then this is 8500 Kelvin, very bright. Then you have your colors, which you can change. So I'm looking at it, and it's just like, that's fine. And then you can move this around. You can move the dimmer. Set this back up to this. Give me 1 second. Hold on. I'm doing it. There we go. There's the hue. So you can change different colors. It's very cool. Very useful. Anyway, turn that off. So very, very cool. And it's got little connectors where you can have it hooked up to a hot shoe or a cold shoe. You can actually do both. And then some different ones if you have a cheese plate or something where you want to attach it to your camera or your rig. Very, very cool. Okay, so on to some storage. Now, what you don't see is on my computer desk, I have a 10 terabyte media hub. It's one of the ones that you have to have a power supply for, and that's basically where majority of our footage and stuff is going to be held. We have some backups and some clones that we can use, and then our filming storage. So number one is another clone. This is a 5 terabyte hard drive. Just as another backup, you always want backups. Put your footage and your audio files in multiple places. It's that simple. So we got that. I have a SanDisk 1 terabyte SSD, and I love this little thing. I don't even remember. I mean, I know what some of these prices are, but they change so often that I can't even put a name on them, because you'll get them and they'll be different in price. But this SSD is super, super fast. It's USB-C out, and it's got a adapter that comes with it that you can use it for USB 3.0, and it's wonderful. Tony has one of these, so we have 4. So I have Samsung T5 SSDs. I have 3 of them, each one of them 500 gigs, which is a ripoff because you only have 465 gigs on each one of them because they have system information and whatever. It's bullshit. So I have 500 gigs, but I have 465. This 5 terabyte is bullshit because it's like 4.3 terabytes, and then the 10 terabyte one is like 8 something. I was like, what? What is on there? They're brand new. They're formatted. I'm bitching. Let me bitch. I don't want to get into this just yet. I mean, I do, but I don't. Tape rolls. I've honestly had this 550 cord for a few years, and you can laugh at me all you want, but 550 cord connected with 2 D-rings, tape roll. Hang that on your C-stand, on a chair, wherever. It's amazing. I bought a lot of gaff tape, or paper tape, and different colored duct tape. Obviously blue painter's tape. I mean, this is literally currency for filmmakers. But yeah, and then I got a separate 550 cable with D-rings. It's not silly. It works. You can do whatever you want with these. You need to hang something up, especially safety harnesses. If you are using your C-stands and you have a light and whatever, 550 cord and D-rings, if it's at least weighted for the weight of your item, that's your safety latch that you can wrap around, make sure that they don't fall, yada, yada, yada. With my tape, I always have masking tape, but I got canvas tape, which is in different colors. And the main point of this, I mean, number one, being a rainbow warrior is amazing, but the other point of having these specifically is for footage. Putting color coordination onto the hard drives, making sure that we know which ones are being used, which ones need to be dumped, which ones have already been copied and can be formatted. We're definitely going to be using a color coordination plan for our set. So again, being prepared is being smart. These books, honestly, I mean, they're going to be used for the film, but they're mainly set dressing for me. I got this lovely journal at a Pagan Pride event, and it's blank. It's just a journal, but I love the way that it looks. This was a production diary that I used for quite a lot of the Indiegogo makings, and I mean, there's a lot of details in here. A lot of details, a lot of phone numbers, a lot of dates and plans, and just going over stuff. Different marketing strategies, the Indiegogo ins and outs. Just a lot of stuff. But we're going to use this as another prop for the movie. Because Monster Hunters got to have journals. They got to write their shit down. Yeah. Definitely going to have a shout out to my boy Trav for giving me this zombie survival guide. I will have that somewhere in the movie. Gotta have The Exorcist. Gotta have it. And then look at this heavy beast of a Bible. We got this at a yard sale by a friend, and loud. See, even my dogs don't like it. This thing is pretty old. It's got a weird format of how it was published, but the pages look really old. It's got these awesome drawings in it and photos. It's really cool, and you'll be able to see it in the movie. So let's just put those back there, and yeah, let's get into this. So I've tried to keep my audio together as much as possible, but it's difficult. The more that you want to do or be prepared for, the more room you need. And carrying something that's massive and cumbersome is just a pain in the ass. So this is a rigid toolbox that I got from Home Depot, and it works almost perfectly. There's a few things that are in here that are in just a separate box that I can't fit in here, but let's just dive through it. Now, obviously, I have taken stuff out of here that way I can record and show you different things, but this isn't a video of showing you how to organize the kit. It's just basically what I have in the kit. So, number one, let's look at the things that are off in this little tray. So, number one is an SD card case. This is a waterproof, shock-proof case that I can have my SD cards in, and I can fit 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Fit 12 in here. Protect your shit. Don't mess around with your hard drives and your SD cards. They need to be safe, no dust, no shock, no fingerprints on the things. That's why all of my hard drives are in their own boxes. I keep them in the plastic and the wrap and the cardboard. Take care of your shit. I have 2 Taclite tungsten. No, they're not tungsten. LED lights. I'm dumb. Just yeah, whatever. But basically, these are for use on set, but actually one of these are going to be used as a prop for Albert because they're badass and they're very bright. And we need our Monster Hunter to have a flashlight. But honestly, these are amazing. They're super durable. Taclite is very good. Okay. Nubbies. You need nubbies. There's a few things that you need, especially on you or near you, and that's Allen keys in both measurement formats. You need little stubbies, which are Phillips and flatheads. You need a utility knife or just a knife, and then a actual like utility pliers, knives, whatever. Nubbies. You can get these anywhere. Make sure that you have them, especially for release plates or different rigs and setups. You need at least something that's kind of small, or you can get one of the packs that are like the really small ones. But you need these. So yeah, the utility tool that I have is a Gerber. There's a lot of them that you can get, and they're really expensive depending on where you get them, but they're worth the money. You need a utility tool. But this Gerber is probably... Damn, now that I think about it, this is 20 years old, and it's perfect. The knives are still sharp on it. It's wonderful. I have a small rig clamp that's got a gobo, 2 gobo heads on it. You just never know when you need them for different things. I have a box cutter, which I love. Basically, that's my knife of choice. And replacement blades. I have a plastic bag of pens, Sharpies, dry erase markers, anything that I need to write with, especially for slate or for notes. Like I said, have a little toolkit with some of these little ones. You never know when you need them. Scissors. Need scissors. I have a ton of electrical tape. Black tape is, again, tape is currency. I have galvanized steel accessories, basically going from one measurement to another. I have those for a few specific things related to some of the makeshift boom poles that I have. These things are useful. These are Seresto metal tins that you get flea collars in for your dogs. Use the things you already have around you. Be MacGyver. You don't need to buy these whatever items to put shit in. These are perfect. I spray painted the top of them, that way I could write on them. I just basically primed them, that way I can put a Sharpie onto them. And this has some sticky notes, some 550 cord, extra razors, and medical tape. Medical tape for lavs or connecting something. Just really good adhesive. And then keeping them tight so no air gets in them. This other one is for mini USB cables. I have two of them separate for different things I have to charge. And again, keep stuff away. They're very small. Then I have some clamps. I have just a pill bottle with a bunch of accessories, different jack extensions, depending on what I need to use them for. And they're just very, very good to have, you know. So don't throw away everything. Use what you got. I have an extra strap. If I need to hook something to something, put it around my neck, whatever, I have an extra strap. Or in case things break. Things break all the time. So if you have something specific that you know is maybe getting close to its expiration date, just better be safe than sorry. Then I have 2 Altoid cans. One of these is a small med kit. Basically Band-Aids and allergy ointment, like burn ointment as well. And then just regular Band-Aids of all different sizes, as well as moleskin for lavs as well. So that is the tray. And then bongo ties. Get bongo ties. I mean, honestly, you can use Velcro straps. I have a bunch of Velcro straps that are in different colors. They work, but bongo ties as well. So have different things. So I actually have 2 bongo ties holding up the XLR cable away, and then I have the C-stand outfitted with 2 Velcro straps and 2 more bongo ties, because you can never have enough. Yeah. So we'll put all this back. I am not OCD, I promise. Put it back wherever it's supposed to go. We'll just move that. Okay. My knees are killing me. I shouldn't have sat in the floor. Oh my god. Okay. So this is the box that the battery recharger Tenergy came in. I like keeping the boxes. It's just another layer of protection. That's really it. I could fit more things in here if I took the things out of the boxes, but then they would just be hitting each other inside the container. So yeah. This thing is an elixir of the gods. This is Deoxit. I'd like to give a shout out to lovely person and director Bill Swigert, because without him, number one, I wouldn't have been taught audio in the first place, but I wouldn't know what this is. Deoxit is a solution that you use just like Duster or WD-40, but basically it removes the oxidization, improves connections, and seals and protects surfaces. If you use this, you would spray it on spritz. You'd spritz it. You'd mist on your SD cards, your connectors for your XLR ports, different things that need that electrical connection, maybe your stingers, different stuff that you're connecting across the floor, sets, whatever. If it's got dust in it, Deoxit is amazing, and it works. It works. I promise you. And it's not expensive. I have a hip pouch, which is very useful. I love wearing board shorts on set. I need air. I mean, for a lot of things, pants is just a staple. But if I can wear shorts, I'm going to wear board shorts, and board shorts don't have a lot of pockets. So I like having a hip holster kind of thing. It's very useful. Which is what this is, which leads me to this big thing. So this is a tool belt. Husky? That's what it is? So this is so useful. I don't even care. Rad Entertainment has fanny packs, and I want one. I haven't bought one yet, but I need to buy one. You need to have stuff on you. You're moving around. You're doing 50 different things in 1 second. You need to have the ability to reach in and get a tool, your utility kit, a pen, a notepad. I have so much electrical tape. Basically, that's just where I store it. That's not how much I would have on me. Or is it? But you just need something on you. You just don't need to put everything in one pocket. But because if you get a tool belt, if you get a tool belt, it just has different attachments. Because basically you have the chain that you can hook up different things to or to wrap around. You have a clip that you can wrap stuff around. You have a like a belt loop where you can put a tape measure, especially if you're a DP or something and you don't have a laser pointer to figure out where your measurements are and your field of vision, focal length and all that stuff. And then you can attach stuff around the belt. So obviously right now there's a lot of clamps. I have a lot of clamps around here, and that's not how I would usually have them. But again, just to store them. But you keep like 2 or 3 on you, that way you have something to attach a ferny or something to a thing. And I have these really, really nice, I mean, what are they called? I mean, they're articulated bands, I guess, and you can just have them wherever. I mean, I know that they're called like goosenecks if they have a connector on them, but basically these are just like reusable, shit, I don't even know the name of them, but they're so useful. When I'm doing audio myself, I like to double them like this, wrap them around in a bit of a triangle, loop them around my belt, and I can put my XLR cables through this, loop them, and I can have them near me, and when I need to have slack, I can just pull them off of my belt, which is very, very cool. All of this you can get at Home Depot. And then I have hair ties and different things to be able to flip stuff on. and out, and different stuff like that. So, I have another shock mount for a microphone. This one's a little bit small compared to the Audio-Technica mic that I have. This one's more for a backup shotgun microphone, which is in this case. And it's a long boy. It's a very long one. And it's a battery powered. I honestly like battery powered ones if you don't know how to control the phantom power through your recording device. But this is still a pretty good microphone. It's just super cheap. The main recorder is the Audio-Technica AT875R. What a lovely name. Just rolls off the tongue. It's a condenser microphone, and it's honestly wonderful. I really like this microphone. I got it specifically because I had used the same model with Rad Entertainment doing sound for them, and it sounded great. So I got it. When you get this specific one, they give you a nice little leather satchel, and it just comes with different connectors for mounts. And honestly, they all suck. I added one that I had before with another mic, but they're all plastic, and they all just like slide into them. They're not that good. I mean, they work, but honestly, you need more shock resistant things. That way they're not sliding around. I already mentioned the XLR cables. This was a 2-pack. Again, just 15 feet from cablematters.com. Oh! Extension cords, stingers, you need them, always. They're just extension cords. What else do you want me to say? These little doodads are super cool. These are T-markers. What I got is basically T-post, not T-post, that's a different thing, but T-joints, I guess is the best word for them, at Home Depot, and I taped them in different colors. So basically you have a marker for Patrick, a marker for Anders, a marker for Albert, and a marker for Amelia in the movie. We can color coordinate them, make sure that they know where their marks are, and they're super flat, can't see them, and they're weighted so they won't go anywhere. No need to stick something in the ground, put tape down, ruin a floor. Smart. Oh, and then that's about it, other than my other headphones. So this is the case that the other Sony MDRs, these are actually Sony MDR 7506s, and they are the professional edition. So they are better and more new than the MDR V6s. Okay, so that's this case. Now, oh man, we do this box. We do this box full of goodies. It's a lot heavier than it looks. Okay, so this is literally a Cascade dishwasher pod container. Use what you have. Again, you don't need to go buy a Pelican case and a bunch of shit that costs a lot of money and waste stuff. Just use what you have. So I don't have much in here. I have a secondary little panel light, which is really small, and then 2 more flashlights. One of them's broken, so it's a prop. The other one works. And then actually some shoelaces. Shoelaces are very, very unique to be super strong and pliable. So again, if you need cordage for anything, shoelaces. And they're super cheap. This light, I honestly don't know if it's still got battery life. Striking. Oh, hey! Awesome! So this little thing is super cheap. Super cheap. And the purpose that I got this for is because it's so small and so bright. I mean, just look at how bright this thing is. So I was watching David Sandberg, the wonderful director of Lights Out and Shazam and just a few other things and a lot of short films that are really good with his wife Lotta. And this was a light that he used. And it is a Aperture Amarin AL-M9 light. And the cool thing with this is this top part comes off. It's magnetic. Now, by default, it's a translucent, very diffusing white plate. But what's neat is when you get this thing, it comes with gels. I don't know if you can really see that. But it comes with little gels, and you just put it, and you make a sandwich, and then when you turn it back on, it gives it a different light instead of that being really harsh. It comes with a blue and an amber, and it's very cool. Not expensive. Not expensive. So let me put this back in here. And again, lasts forever. I haven't charged this in 7 months, I think, because we use this for a photo shoot as well, and I haven't charged it. So both of those are there. Okay. Oh, my spouse is home. Next up in the box are obviously more clamps. These massive clamps, they're like $1 a piece, and every single thing that you have around you needs clamps, either to hold something down, to make sure that it's out of the way, to pull something back, attached to anything. Never a bad idea to have multiples of these. Two things that I actually got today is a wound care kit. You might think that that's for first aid. You should have first aid, and we do have first aid for the set, but this is actually a prop for movie. Also, a feeding tube, which is also a prop for the movie. Again, NOS, pay me, please. And do. This thing was actually an impulse buy. I would like to use it, but I don't know if I actually will, because it makes me look silly. But this is a fly fishing vest, a fishing vest. But basically, it's mesh. That way you can wear it in the summer. And it just allows you to have more pockets, more shit on you. Again, you can have all of your stuff and pockets and little things. I don't know. It was an impulse buy. I'd like to wear it again. Utilitarian. That's the word that you're looking for. Do. these two things are LED strip lights. I mean, they're not strip lights, they're wires. But basically, these may be used for something special effectsy in the movie. But I'm not telling you any more than that. So we'll do this. Color checker. I opted to get this version of a color checker just because the Passport was very expensive. At this point, I wish I did get it because it comes in a nice little case, very similar to the SD card case. It's very small and compact. But this thing is color chart. And it's just very cool to have. So we're going to connect this on the back of a slate and be able to just use it and color check every scene. At least every setup and lighting. So we have some dimmers. I need to get a few more, but these are just basic two-prong dimmers. I have a big bag of Pez, the candy. I'm not going to tell you what this is for. You'll just find out. And then when you find out, you'll remember this video, and then you'll go, it's clever, smart. I have syringes, a whole lot of syringes, and basically they are prop. I mean, they're not prop, they're blunt-tipped needles. The safest thing that we could use, other than using fiber, like optic fiber wire to the air, to be able to pretend that it's a needle, but honestly these work perfect for what we're doing in the movie as a prop. More gaff tape, another stinger, I have some cards. We have a white card, a grayscale card, and a black, which is, again, just good to have. We have a Happy Birthday Amelia banner, which is a pertinent piece of set design because our main character, Amelia, it's her birthday. And boy, oh boy, she have some gifts to give and to receive. Then we have two different types of clocks. We needed some clocks for the movie, and I literally just got a normal RCA electric clock. I don't know why my brain stopped. I said the word like 7 times. And I wanted to get one that looked very basic. That way, if needed, we can cover the actual LEDs and change it to whatever time that we wanted. But then we also wanted analog clocks. I would like to give a massive shout out to Emily for getting this lovely kitty cat clock with the swinging tail. Definitely love this clock, and we're going to use it in the movie. Also, I don't know where we're going to use these, but we got a loot crate a few years ago and some Kill Bill socks. There's an awesome Kill Bill Easter egg in the movie. There's a lot of Easter eggs in the movie. So, we'll probably have Anders wear those. Who knows? Let's put this stuff back. We won't go through this because this is important wardrobe and props for everyone. We won't go over that. Okay. So, this box. Final thing. We won't look at this because that's some wardrobe. We have some fake chain. So with a possession movie, you can't have a possession movie without chains and having your heroine / victim not chained up. So we got 2 different types of fake chains for specific reasons that I won't go over, but fake chain, and then we have real chain. Got a few different ones measured specifically for one hand and another hand. But yeah, real and fake for reasons. And then the clamps, which are literally muffler exhaust clamps, which make perfect handcuffs. You just literally say that you're working on your car, and you can get handcuffs. And they come in different sizes, and they're super cheap. So, we have a really, really old pocket bibble that is basically just going to be another prop because, you know, I don't know what else I would use it for. So, then we have a little prop gun that I'm pretty proud of. I mean, this used to be a vibrant pink and purple toy gun that I painted. That it doesn't look that bad. I mean, it looks pretty good from far away, and maybe if you're in low light without your glasses. The cool thing about this is you have a button just like on a real gun, and you pull out the clip. Look at how cool that is. You can actually have bullets that are foam bullets that are painted to look like real bullets. You put that in, you can cock it. The fake foam bullet comes in to the thing, parts of a gun, names, they have names, and then you shoot it. You can rack another one. There you go. And you can shoot it. And then you pull it out and you can reload. Isn't that cool? I got 2 of them. Yeah. I'll tell you a trick. Okay, I'll let you in on a little secret of what we're doing with a thing. I don't know if anyone else does this or has thought of this. So, Spirit Halloween red hair dye. This is the spray hair dye. Okay, if you get the crimson red color, it is a washable, blood-colored spray, you following me, that sticks to almost any surface and doesn't stain. I got a whole bag of them. So just keep that in mind. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. We got some perks for our Indiegogo. That was the photo in the film, and we offered to put your face in the movie, and we couldn't like get you on set, so we like offered if you want to send us your photo. So we got these really, really pretty gothic picture frames, and they're so pretty. They're really, really pretty. Okay, I'm only really going to show you one of them, but basically the other perk was the slate, the used film slate. So a few people got the perk where we have the slate that we would be using for a scene, and what we would be doing is doing the scene of what we need, and, you know, click, clack, whatever. When the scene's done, we would seal it and then package it away, and then we are going to send that to the people who bought that perk. We got just enough slates for all of those scenes, and we are happy to say that most of them are going to be the special effects scenes. So, bloody blood, guts, blood thing. Also, pro tip, I know I sent this before, Velcro. Put Velcro on the back of your slate. Put your dry erase marker on Velcro. Put a door handle on the back of your slate. That way you can just hold it, and there you go. And then, yeah, there's a bunch of other things that you can do. One of the other cool things that we got are photos of behind the scenes, basically candids and different things that we're doing throughout filming. And I wanted to get a Polaroid camera, you know, the pop it out, flip it thing, you know, blow on it, like a Polaroid picture, you know, whatever. Outcast. Maybe you're too young for that. So I got Toy Story 4. I made sure to get a obnoxiously cute Polaroid camera specifically for this, and plenty of extra film to have all that done and to send to people. And then, what do we have in here? We have a 3-tap stinger, some more 550 cord, and a lot of dry erase markers, which makes me remember we need to get more Sharpies and different things. That's basically it. Like I said before at the beginning, this isn't everything. There's a lot more that we have scattered, and especially different things that are involving scenes specifically that aren't here. So, yeah, we're filming in Indiana in June, and then we have about a 2 to 3 week break, and then we're filming in Tennessee in July. And it's insane. It's insane. Yeah, I don't want to take up too much more of your time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I want to speak for everyone that's a part of this and really say we appreciate it. Even just watching this video. If you didn't donate, you never knew that we had an Indiegogo, if you're just now learning about the movie, it just means a lot that you're spending time with me, and eventually, hopefully, a lot more Lees, a lot more adverbs. We will get this movie made, and it'll be something that all of us can enjoy. So yeah, thank you for spending some time with me. Please go like and follow our CONDWG Films Facebook page. Please like and follow Rad Entertainment, as well as Preston Perspectives, IFX Studios, White Bat Audio. We have a lot of people that, I mean, we're lucky enough to have in this production. So I'm happy, and I hope that you're happy. So hopefully, yeah, have a good night.